Hi everyone, this is Sukesh once again, and today I'm gonna do a very interesting speed test in between these two smartphones here. On my right hand I have the all new Samsung Galaxy Note 8, which is by far the best smartphone in the market right now. This phone will cost you around 68,000 rupees, that is more than double you need to pay for the OnePlus 5 on my left hand, which will cost you around 33,000 rupees. Despite having this huge price difference, these two smartphones here are actually very similar in couple of ways. In fact, they share the same CPU, GPU and the same amount of RAM and storage. As a matter of fact, the CPU clock speed of OnePlus 5 is actually slightly higher than that of Note 8. In addition to that, the oxygen waste on the OnePlus 5 is almost stock, whereas you have custom Samsung skin on the Note 8 with heavy customization and lots of added features. And of course, the screen resolution of OnePlus 5 is just 1080p, which adds to the speed of the smartphone. As you can see, the benchmark score is also higher on the OnePlus device, so I'm really quite curious to see which smartphone is going to offer you the fastest user experience. The Android versions are also same 7.1.1, and I should mention here I have the Exynos variant of Note 8. So let's get started with the speed test. That is, I will launch some system and third-party applications and also will check the RAM management. Now I'm facing couple of hardware and software issues on my OnePlus 5. Most importantly, the fingerprint scanner come home button is not working and there are so many software bugs. In fact, once the storage stopped working and it is now fixed after an OTA update. I will share my overall experience with this OnePlus flagship in a separate video, but what I can tell you that I was much happier with my OnePlus 3T, even OnePlus 3 was better. Now let's start the test, and the first thing I want to do is a boot test. Well, Note 8 is already off and OnePlus 5 is also off. Now let's quickly switch on the devices. As you can see guys, Note 8 is ready and OnePlus 5 is still booting. So definitely in the boot test, the Samsung flagship is the winner. Now guys, let's check some system applications. Let's start with the dialer, and definitely OnePlus 5 was much quicker. Let's check the next application, which should be the messaging app, and this time also OnePlus 5 is the winner. It's too damn fast. I think there is no other Android device that is as fast as the OnePlus 5. Let's now try the camera as well, and well, this time I think Note 8 wins. So it's getting very exciting. After checking the applications, I will also try some hardcore games, so stay tuned for that. Here on the gallery as well, I think OnePlus 5 loses, so the score is 2-2. The next app I'm gonna try is the browser. I have loaded the Chrome browser on the Note 8 to make this test fair, and this time OnePlus 5 is the winner. I don't know why Note 8 took some time to respond, but definitely Note 8 is the loser in this test. Now we have Facebook, and I think both are very close, but Note 8 actually loaded the page before OnePlus 5. Next we have YouTube application, and well, this time once again Galaxy Note 8 beats the OnePlus 5. So at this moment OnePlus 5 is at 3 and Galaxy Note 8 is at 4. Next I want to try the Play Store, and well, I think both were very close, but OnePlus 5 seems slightly faster. There I have loaded some third-party applications, so let's start with the Photoshop apps. The first app is the Photoshop Lightroom. Though they were very close, I think OnePlus 5 wins this test as well. Next I'm gonna try Photoshop Mix, and both are taking some time, but Note 8 is the winner this time. Right now the score is 5-5. Next we have Photoshop Express, and well, they loaded different pages, but still I think Note 8 was slightly faster. The next app is Photoshop Fix. Once again, I think Note 8 was slightly quicker, or this could be a draw, I think. There are a few more apps I have for you today, so let's quickly check them before I show you the games, and I think this time OnePlus 5 wins. The next app is the CNET mobile application, and both are taking longer than usual. Note 8 is ready and OnePlus 5 is still loading. For some reason this app is taking much longer time, so let's switch to the next application, which is the last app before I check the games, and after that I will also compare the RAM management. This time OnePlus 5 loaded before Galaxy Note 8. So overall till now in the app speed test, I think both OnePlus 5 and Galaxy Note 8 were neck to neck. I think it's a draw. So kudos to OnePlus for offering a smartphone at half the price and the same speed of the Galaxy Note 8. But of course speed is not everything on a smartphone. The camera, display quality, the sensors, a lot of factors needs to be considered. But of course for the price, OnePlus 5 is the best value for money device. Now in this gaming test, I think we can come to the conclusion which device is actually faster. So let's start with Subway Surfers, and as you can see guys, OnePlus 5 beats Galaxy Note 8 black and blue, but I want to try a few more games. So we have the Temple Run 2 here, and let's see what happens. Once again OnePlus 5 is much quicker in loading this game, so looks like 2017 Galaxy Note is going to lose to OnePlus 5. I have few more games which are much more graphics intensive, so let's load Asphalt 8 Airborne, and OnePlus 5 is too fast. As usual OnePlus 5 is ready and Note 8 is taking its time. It's also ready right now. The next game is called Modern Combat 5. As expected, OnePlus 5 was slightly quicker, but Note 8 was actually not far behind. But still OnePlus 5 is the winner. Not a single game has loaded quicker on the Note 8, which is kind of frustrating. The last game we have today is Brothers in Arms 3. As usual OnePlus 5 is ready and Note 8 is also ready, but it's not even close to OnePlus 5, so definitely in this speed test, OnePlus 5 is the big winner despite having the same CPU, GPU, RAM. I think the lower resolution display and the stock UI is actually helping here, and though in app loading time Note 8 wasn't actually that slow, but in games, the new Samsung Galaxy Note 8 really disappointed me. I want to quickly show you that the screen resolution has been set to WQHD Plus instead of stock Full HD Plus, because when you are paying this much money, it doesn't really make sense to use the resolution of a mid-range smartphone. So the new Samsung Note is all about design, display, and of course the smart software features which makes it a true smartphone. But as far as speed is concerned, OnePlus 5 is much faster, and don't forget that OnePlus 5 carries half the price tag. Now let's quickly check the RAM management. I have the 6GB RAM variant of OnePlus 5, which is still overkill I think for a smartphone, and as you know all variants of Note 8 come with 6GB of RAM. Now I think both these devices had this messaging application in the RAM, so let's try the gallery this time. Well, as you can see guys, OnePlus 5 had to reload this application, so looks like Note 8 is the winner in the RAM management. Let's try the Chrome browser as well. Here it is. So just like before, it's reloading on the OnePlus 5. So despite having the same amount of RAM, the OnePlus smartphone is losing to Galaxy Note 8 in the RAM department. I think even the 8GB RAM variant of OnePlus 5 will lose to Galaxy Note 8. The thing is, to save battery, OnePlus actually put some restriction on the maximum amount of RAM that can be used. So when the RAM threshold is reached, OnePlus devices kill the background applications to make space for the new ones. So 8GB RAM on the OnePlus 5 is just a gimmick I think. One thing I have to mention here, Galaxy Note 8 offers much better RAM management than the Galaxy S8 or S8 Plus. On my S8 reviews I discussed about the poor RAM management issue, but this time Note 8 is just perfect. Only in the app loading time the speed is not as per the specs or the price. As you can see in the game loading time, Galaxy Note 8 doesn't show any kind of struggle. So thanks to Samsung for addressing this RAM management issue. Now they should try to make the device as fast as other devices, especially the OnePlus smartphones, which are almost half the price tag. Otherwise, Note 8 is the perfect package. If you're not into camera or smart features, OnePlus 5 should be your choice considering the price. If money is not an issue, then definitely go for the Galaxy Note 8. The slight lag in the game loading time is not a big concern. I mean, the resolution is much higher and the RAM management is probably the best in the market. That's all in this video, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. If you have found this video very interesting and helpful, don't forget to check the description below for more interesting videos on the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 and OnePlus 5. This is Sukesh Banik signing off. Have a nice day. Don't forget to subscribe and keep in touch. The tips and tricks videos on Note 8 are also on the way, so stay tuned for that.